Hey everyone, Adrienne here, Indiana Backyard Gardener. I am excited because this is going to be the kickoff for our spring planting series, okay? So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you a video each week that's going to tell you what you can plant, where you can plant, and how you can plant, okay? So that's going to be what seeds to plant and whether or not you can sow them indoors, outdoors, and then I'll get into the details of that. All right, so this is going to be for zones roughly from 5 to 7, okay? So if your average frost date is anywhere from the end of April to the middle of May, then I believe you can follow this list, okay? Give or take, because if you're in zone 7, you can probably do these things. You probably could have started these things maybe last week or the week before, but definitely last week. Anyhow, you're right in the middle there, zones 5 through 7. You guys should be able to follow along. And I will include some software in the description for you to download, okay? So the thing with the software is, I'm going to put this sheet, it's a Google sheet, okay? You want to click on it, and when you open it up, you want to go to File, and then you want to hit Copy, Save a Copy, or Download, okay? Do not click on the option that says Ask for Permission. That's not the option that you want, okay? That's going to give you permission to edit my document, which is not what you want. You want to save a copy for yourself, then you can edit your own document, which means you can put in your own last frost date. All right, so why is the last frost date so important? So your last frost date is the date when it is predicted that you will have your last frost of the season, okay? So your last frost date is a really important date. And it's not always going to be exact. It's an average last frost date, okay? So it gives you the point where you can either count backwards or you can count forward, okay? So counting backwards means there are some things that you can plant, let's say 12 weeks before your last frost date. You want to get those things started, right? Some things you need to start at least 6 weeks before your last frost date, and so on and so forth. So, and then counting forward is from your last frost date to your first frost date. That window is going to be your growing season. So when you're selecting varieties to grow, you want to look at your packages, and they should say however many days to maturity, okay? So that means it's going to take that many days for you to harvest fruit from that plant. So if I have 175 days in my growing season, which means from my last frost date all the way to my first frost date is going to be 175 days, okay? I need to know, I want the varieties that are going to mature the fastest, obviously, right? We don't like to wait any longer than we have to harvest fruit off of our plants. So the variety, most varieties that take more than 100 days are going to be things like your winter squash, and some peppers take more than 100 days. So those things you want to make sure to start early, so that you can count on those things maturing when it's the heat of the summer, or at the tail end of the summer. That's how you plan out your garden. So you want to think, okay, what months do I want to be harvesting this? What months do I want to be harvesting this? And then you can figure out, okay, well, that variety takes 90 days to maturity. I need to count backwards to figure out when I need to be able to put those outside. Anyhow, let's get into the list, okay? So this is going to be for the week of February 18th, okay? And this is for the last frost dates, end of April, beginning of May, roughly, okay? So under a double layer of protection, which means, okay, I'm thinking a layer of protection is a 6 mil layer, okay? That's a layer of protection. That could be a window, a cold frame, window, cold frame, greenhouse. It could be one of those pop-over greenhouses with extra plastic added, or it could be 6 mil plastic that you have, created a covering with. Whatever it is that you have that you are using for protection, this is going to be double, okay? So that means I need 2 layers of the 6 mil plastic in order to consider this a double layer of protection. Or if I have a 6 mil plastic in my greenhouse, let's say I have a cattle panel greenhouse, and this covering is a 6 mil plastic, okay? So inside that greenhouse, I also need to have either a cold frame, another smaller greenhouse with an extra added protection layer of 6 mil inside the 6 mil that's already on my greenhouse. You get it? So that's a double layer of protection. All right, so this is the list. You can be starting these seeds now outside. I'm talking direct sowing here, okay? This could be containers, raised beds, what have you, okay? As long as you have a double layer of protection, you can plant these things outside right now. All right, so this is going to be Claytonia, arugula, carrots, collards, kale, kohlrabi, leeks, lettuce, mash, or some people call it corn salad, mizuna, mustards, onion, parsley, peas, and spinach, okay? So all of those things can go outside, direct sown, under a double layer of protection. Now, indoors, if you're starting seeds indoors, you can be starting celery, chives, collards, kale, kohlrabi, leeks, onions, and parsley, okay? Now, I'm only going through the list of veggies and herbs, maybe, so I'm not doing flowers in this list, but if you want, I can also do a list of flowers. Comment in the section below. Let me know if you want me to include the list of flowers, and next week I will include flowers in the list. But as for right now, these are just vegetables, greens, herbs, that kind of thing, okay? So that's your list for the week. And then I'll be back next week with another list detailing what seeds you can start now, or, well, rather then, what seeds you can start then, how you can start them, where you can start them, that kind of thing. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I make the next videos, and you can stay in tune with the series. All right, guys. So until next time, the more you know, the more you grow. Bye, guys.